Hello, everybody, and welcome to lesson 2 of the C1 course for Unit 1. So, what are we going to look at today? We're going to discuss people and their daily lives, mainly focusing on people and their daily routines. The question for today is, what do you get up to each day? Get up to is a phrasal verb that means do. What do you do every day? So it's asking about our routine. What do you get up to each day? So I normally get up early in the morning and I work for 8 hours, for example. You simply describe your daily routine. Now, what are we going to learn about today? We are going to learn through increasing our lexis, learning how to improve our vocabulary. We will use short questions to ask for opinions, and we're also going to learn phrasal verbs related to people. We will also look at an exercise related to connectors to review ways of extending our speech and organizing our discourse. This will help with the evaluation of discourse management. To begin with, we will look at our idioms of the week, idioms of the day, and also expressions. So the first one is to be laid back. If I say, I am laid back, it means I am a relaxed person. I am calm. I can keep myself very, very level. So I am laid back. To be a chatterbox is a person who talks all the time. So I am a chatterbox. I am talkative. Hablo por los codos. I speak a lot. To be a big mouth means a person who cannot keep a secret, a person who is not trustworthy, someone who says everything before they think. So they speak before they think. I am a big mouth. So these are useful idioms to describe different people. Now, let's look at learning English with short questions and increased vocabulary. So what are the pros of this method? Short questions are a great way to ask for someone's opinion. So a short question can help us to maintain a conversation and interact. When we look at increased vocabulary, ways of improving our vocabulary, we need to understand the more usable vocabulary you can access, the more fluent you will become. So if you have usable vocabulary, your fluency will improve. Next thing is, the more usable vocabulary you can access, the more you will understand. Obviously, more words you know, the more you understand. Now, what we're going to do is begin with some simple questions. I would like you to listen to the question, put the video in pause, answer the question. Como siempre, digo lo mismo en el primer tema, puedes escribir la respuesta, leer en voz alta, puedes decirlo sin más, o puedes hablar grabando la voz, o puedes hablar con tu compañero de estudio. Si no tienes un intercambio de idiomas, un compañero de estudio, vete al grupo de Facebook y pones un comentario y así buscamos un compañero de conversación. So, let's begin with the questions. Number 1, where do you come from? Very good. What are you into doing with your time? Very good. What types of people do you get on with? Very good. What is your current marital status? Very good. Who is your best mate and why? Very good. Do you tend to get along with your work colleagues? Very good. Have you ever fallen out with a friend? Very good. What issues do you have with people you don't get on with? Very good. So we have different questions to ask about personal information. Now, Phrasal verbs for Unit 1. You need to dosify this vocabulary. La clave es ir dosificando el vocabulario, aprendiendo unos cuantos phrasal verbs al día. Lo que hay que hacer es formular frases con ellas y hay que decirlas en voz alta. Y aquí tenemos un ejemplo. So, to answer back, my children sometimes answer me back. Ask out. I have asked out the girl from the office. Bottle up. I normally bottle up my feelings. Break up. I have broken up with my girlfriend. Bump into. I bumped into an old school friend yesterday. Calm down. I need to calm down a bit. Carry on. Let's carry on talking. Cheer up. I need to cheer myself up. Come between. The affair came between us. Crack up. I always crack up with my friends. Get on with. I get on with almost everyone. Grow on. The truth is, it is growing on me. Grow up. You ought to grow up and stop being childish. Let down. My mother says that I have let her down. Meet up. I want to meet up with Javier. Pick on. The teenagers were picking on me. Split up. I have split up with my boyfriend. Take after. I take after my father. Hay un PDF con un ebook sobre los phrasal verbs, con ejercicios y también una técnica de estudiando. Hay que ir al currículum, hay que ir al vocabulario y hay un ebook ahí que tenéis que descargar y tenéis que aprender esta lista de phrasal verbs. A nivel C1 hay que entender más o menos todas. Entenderlas, pero utilizarlas que vas a utilizar hablando, hay que pensar en alta frecuencia. Lo que vas a utilizar, lo que necesitas decir. No hay que utilizar todas cuando hablas, pero entenderlas sí. So, these are our phrasal verbs. Now, let's take a look at some phrasal verbs. We need to fill in the gap with the missing preposition. Which one is missing? In, on, up, out, about, for, into, etc. So, put the video in pause, fill in the gap with the missing preposition, and we're going to review. Okay, very good. Let's look at the answers. First one. Who do you take after in your family? To take after is be similar to. Be similar to your father, be similar to your mother. Take after. So, after. 2. Do you normally get on with most people? I could also say get along with most people. 3. Are you into being sociable and going out? Meaning, do you like being sociable and going out? 4. What are the pros of staying in at the weekends? Stay in. Quedarse en casa. To stay in. 5. Do you ever bottle up your feelings? To bottle up, meaning to not show, not demonstrate. 6. What normally cheers you up when you are down? So what makes you feel happier when you are sad? Cheer up. 7. Do you ever pick on your siblings? To pick on is to tease, to make fun of, burlarse de alguien. So do you ever pick on your siblings? And finally, have you ever broken up with anyone? Break up with is to end a relationship. Break up with. So here we have some different questions. I want you to put the video in pause and ask and answer the questions. So can you ask and answer the questions now? Very good. So these are key phrasal verbs to talk about people and relationships. Now, what we are going to do is look at short questions. Try using short questions in interactions. Short questions can be used to ask opinions and to continue the conversation. Try to use these. Do not only use and you. That is not level C1. Use short questions like, what do you reckon? What's your view? How do you see it? What's your take on that? Have you got anything to add? Do you know what I mean? Do you feel me? It is a way of asking for an opinion. You can try giving opinions using I reckon, I would say, I am under the impression, I hold the view, I have no doubt. Now, what we're going to do is review some connectors to help us with interactions. When we are having a conversation, we can use connectors in order to add more information, to show contrast, to give reasons, or to add examples. Try to review the connectors in the grammar book. So, hay que ir al PDF del Grammar Guide, lo que es Essential Grammar para el B2 T1, y hay que revisar los conectores. Es fundamental, ¿vale? Si queréis aprobar la parte de Discourse Management and Speaking, hay que saber hacer esto, ¿vale? So, can you please look at the sentences? And I would like you to rephrase them. Hay que utilizar la palabra que está en paréntesis, tal cual como lo pone. The first one, due to. Second one, although. Third one, such as. All right? So put the video in pause. Okay, fantastic. Let's look at the answers. So, number one, I am a sociable person as I seem to spend most of my free time going out. I am a sociable person due to seeming to spend most of my time going out. Due to, debido a, plus ing. Despite not being very talkative, I love chatting to my friends. Although I am very talkative, I love chatting to my friends. Or although I am not very talkative, I love chatting to my friends would be the best answer. 3. I like many sports. For example, tennis and basketball. I like many sports such as playing tennis and basketball. So for example, such as synonyms. Despite, although, synonyms. As, due to, synonyms. But the grammar does change. Esto es una parte fundamental para el rephrasing, la parte 4 del use of English, también para el writing, también para el speaking, la parte 2. Hay que revisar los conectores y hay que entenderlos bien. A nivel C1 avanzado, os exigen bastante. Okay, when we give our opinions for interactions, you need to make sure you use different ways to give your opinion. Repasamos lo que vimos en la primera clase, distintas formas de decir, in my opinion, I think. Hay muchas formas. Hay que utilizarlo cuando hablamos y cuando interactuamos. Use, I dare say, me atrevo a decir. I have no doubt, no me cabe ninguna duda. I am under the impression, estoy bajo la impresión que. So try to use these different phrases. Now, we're going to have a conversation. I would like you to have a conversation with a partner. Repito, si no tienes un compañero de estudio para conversar, hay que buscarlo en el grupo de Facebook. Pones un comentario en el grupo de Facebook y así puedes interactuar con un compañero y practicar el speaking. Hay que recordar que en el C1 Advanced hay que hacer el speaking con un compañero, por lo cual tenemos que practicar. De hecho, lo mejor sería buscar a alguien de tu misma ciudad y así puedes hacer el examen el mismo día y podéis hacer el speaking juntos, porque se puede elegir el compañero para practicar el speaking. So, let's take a look. Why do some people struggle to maintain a stable relationship with another person? Discuss freedom, time, economic issues, location, differences of opinion. I would like you to speak for 2 to 3 minutes about this question. No hace falta llegar a la conclusión porque os puedo parar y voy a pedir la conclusión. Hay que hablar cada uno sobre cada opción, hay que interactuar, hacer preguntas y después os pido la conclusión. So, for 2 to 3 minutes, I would like to speak together. So, put the video in pause. Okay, very good. Now, I would like you to speak for 1 minute and say what causes the majority of breakups in our society. All right? Put the video in pause. Very good. Now, I would like you to practice this. Hay que practicar en casa, aunque estés a solas, hay que practicar sugiriendo las distintas opciones, dando tu opinión, formulando preguntas y hay que practicar la interacción con un compañero. En las clases en directo vamos a practicar esto. Es fundamental porque es muy fácil hacerlo si sabes hacerlo bien. Okay. What have we learned in this lesson? How can short questions help us to learn English easily? Short questions help us continue a conversation and they help us to ask questions. How can we talk about relationships? We have looked at phrasal verbs to talk about people, friendships, family, relationships. We need to be able to speak about these points. How can we use connectors? We have looked at rephrasing connectors in order to organize our speech. You need to review them in the grammar guide. How can we give opinions? We have seen synonyms for in my opinion. Things like I reckon, I would say, I hold the view. We need to try to use them. So, question time. How can I help you? Send a WhatsApp to this number or an email to this email address and I will help you with any doubts you have. Remember, I am here to support you. You can ask questions in the live classes on Zoom and we will discuss. All right? Thank you very much and see you in the next class.